We are live. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is time, y'all. It is time for the good time. It is time for the good time. I'm so excited about tonight. I'm very excited about it. I started doing these sit on the couch conversations last year with interesting people I want to hear their thoughts, people I think you want to hear their thoughts. Yeah. And this Sunday, I've invited Mr. Fitz Tavernir Sr. Now, who is Mr. Fitz Tavernir Sr.? Okay, I'm going to read something for you from his website that I'm going to tell you the name of right now so y'all can start actually going to the website, seeing how he can support you. Fitz Tavernir is the founder of Nutrition Up. His involvement in holistic health started more than 25 years ago. He pursued studies in nutrition, diet and health, natural health consultations, herbal medicine, diet and weight management, and enzyme nutrition. He's completed health and wellness programs with the following institutions: Ashworth College, Penn Foster Career School, Stratford Career Institute, Blue Heron Academy of Healing Arts and Sciences, Trinity School of Natural Health, International Institute for Wellness Education, and the Food Enzyme Institute. You see that? Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Fitz is a naturopath. He's a certified holistic health practitioner. He's a certified natural health professional, a natural health consultant, and a digestive health professional. He's a member also of the American Naturopath Medical Association and the American Institute of Naturopathic Medicine. Fitz believes that holistic health and wellness is good for everyone, and that healing and wellness are important for the person's spirit, their body, and their soul. And he's got a prayer for you and me. His prayer is that we enjoy good health and that all goes well with us, even as our soul is getting along. Wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Tavernier, you look bright and clear. You look perfect. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening,
Yeah.
Dr. Triphi.
Yes,
Thanks again for having. Thanks again for giving me the golden opportunity to be on your platform.
you're very welcome. You are very welcome. Look, I've been looking forward to this conversation for quite a while. We tried doing this last year, didn't we? Like we talked about it. I think we
Yes,
mentioned it. I
yes.
mentioned it to you last year, and I was like, I know I was looking for like the right time, just for things to fall into line, fall into place. And I think this is perfect because we are starting off the year. And usually at the beginning of the year, we like to set our intentions, man. We like to set these new goals for ourselves that we might or might not.
New year, new rule.
New year, new rule, right? And so I think this topic, this discussion with you is very appropriate. Yeah, I'm very happy you said yes. So I want to start by you telling us a little bit more about you. I mean, I read this was a mouthful, like so much training and time you appear to have put in to gain all this knowledge. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself
Yeah.
and then slide into a little bit about your journey to becoming a naturopath? What does that mean? What is a naturopath? What does a naturopath do?
Well, I'm originally from Zikak in Portsmouth, Dominica,
Mm-hmm.
and I grew up in Dominica, in Portsmouth. A lot of people know me. I hope so. um, I was a teacher in Dominica. Surprisingly, I taught first. I taught at Paybush Government School for about 4 to 5 months. I taught at St. John's School for 3 months. I taught at Savant Pie School for 1 year. I taught at the West Marigot West Primary School for 1 year, and I taught at Clifton School for a couple of years. Went to Teachers
Wow.
College, then moved over to St. Martin, and was also a teacher there for about 7 years, and then moved to the US about 26, 27 years ago.
So a lot of teaching.
That's my yes.
That's
So first
awesome.
and
So,
foremost, teaching is part of me.
uh-huh. It's a part of you. It's a part of you. I like that. So, what inspired you to take on this naturopathic journey?
Well, even while I was in St. Martin, nutrition kind of struck my interest. So when I went to the US, my wife introduced me to a lady that was selling
Mm-hmm.
nutritional products, but the products, the whole setup was based on systems in the body. No, I like history and geography, but I'm a science, both chemistry and biology student. So that piqued my interest. That the way the products were set up and how they were to be used. So from that, I met a lady in Michigan. I went to a session where she was teaching on the
Mm-hmm.
body and the use of supplements and food. And that just, when you listen to someone and a light bulb click up and I say, I would like to do that. And then from that time, I have been studying for many years, doing different programs, traveling a long distance, put a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
time, effort, and energy. Because when I came to the US, I realized the food was different. I see a lot of manufactured food, and I realized, something not right. And so, and later on in the conversation, you can ask me more about that because there's one other thing that you don't know about me, and that
Mm-hmm.
is I am a safe food safety quality practitioner.
What does that mean?
Okay, interesting. It means that let's say you buy, give me anything that you buy in the supermarket, anything that you like in the supermarket.
Any food?
Yeah,
A
manufactured
Snickers
food.
bar.
Okay, Snickers
Manufactured.
bar.
A Snickers
Right.
bar.
So I was the person for that company for 25 years where everything that is in the Snickers, by example, everything that's in it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the person that will get all the documents and ensure that the condition under which was manufactured or produced,
Mm-hmm.
I manage the system to make sure that it is safe for you to eat. And if anything happened within 2 to 4 hours, I was the person to get all the documents to FDA with other management to show that, look here, we can trace everything. So I'm a food safety quality practitioner.
So that means by the time the food gets to the shelf, you have already checked it to make sure it's safe
Yes,
for us to
everything,
buy.
yes. Yes, and the quality is good before you guys get it. And if anything
Wow.
happened to you, I was the guy that would sit with the owners of the company and answer all kinds of questions, help them answer questions.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I
So
did
I mean,
that. I did that
you
for
did that.
I go ahead.
No,
I
go
did that
ahead. You
for a
say you
company
did
in
that
Michigan
for
for
how long?
25 years.
Oh wow.
For 25 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to North Carolina at the end of May 23.
Mm-hmm.
And no, while I did that, I did all my naturopathic because I've been doing naturopathic work for over 25 years. So
Mm-hmm.
when I come from that particular job, then I studied and do my naturopathic work because I had a home office.
Okay. So basically
So I did two
simultaneously
things
while
at
you
the
were
same
doing
time.
exactly. So while you were doing the food and safety position,
Right.
you were studying to become a naturopathic
Right.
healer.
Yeah. And also
That's
doing it too at the same time.
practicing it as well.
Yeah. Because what happened, yeah, my background in food safety, food quality is what
Mm-hmm.
really qualifies me for what I'm doing now because I understand nutrition, I understand the food industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take you to a supermarket and say, look here, you pick that up and tell you, okay, this is toxic, this ingredient is toxic. This ingredient, if you take it just as it is, it's going to harm you. So I understand the whole dynamics of food.
Right. So you've
Not
seen the
only
other
that,
side.
when I
Yeah.
came Yes, yeah. And when I came down to North Carolina, I did naturopathic work for a whole more than a year, full time, set up my public business now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, right, and then from October, I went back to food safety again, doing both of them at the same time, but dealing
Mm-hmm.
with produce. So any kind of plant food you can think of, I'm inspecting them and looking at them every day, and I can tell you which is bad for your health or good for your health.
So this set of food now, so you're talking about like raw food now, like vegetables and
Yes.
ground provisions.
All vegetables and fruits. Yeah. Any plant food you could think of now. So now I have 2 backgrounds now in food
Mhm.
to really be a good foundation for my naturopathic work that I have been doing and still doing.
Wow. It feels like as if, like you gotta, like when you can peek behind the curtain and you can, like you go down into, you dive deep into the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
I bet you could tell some secrets, but I don't know if you can tell those secrets out loud.
Yeah, I'll be saying some things. I will be saying some things, but I'll be very careful how I say it, because being a naturopath,
Mhm.
people like, I'm a traditional naturopath. I'm a board certified traditional naturopathic doctor, which
Okay, so
means
tell
that
me more
I
about that
only deal with.
exactly.
Okay, so you have 2 kinds of naturopath. You have naturopaths that lean towards the medical path, and then
Mhm.
you have traditional naturopaths that deal with herbs, nutritional and nutritional supplements for nutrients,
Mhm.
stress management, nutraceuticals, um, anything natural. I'm also a master herbalist. So some people just buy herbs,
Mhm.
because herbs can kill and herbs can cure. So I'm clinical in my approach. I'm going to use the word again. I'm clinical in my approach. So I know what an herb can do to you. I know the different herbs and what they can do to you. When you should
Mhm.
not take it if you're on medication, what time you should take it, if
Mhm.
you are deficient in certain nutrients in your body, all those things that I deal with.
Wow. You said something a while ago.
So
Herbs can heal us, but herbs can
heal
also destroy us, right?
can kill. Yes, yes.
Yeah. I think that's important. And I mean, do you get any pushback from like standard medical like professionals? Like,
Well,
do you get any
it's how
pushback?
you well, the thing is, knowledge is important, right?
Mhm.
When you know what you know and you can communicate what you know, people respect what you do. But if you are just talking about something and you really don't understand how it works, that's a different ballgame altogether. But being
Mhm.
over 25 years in that, being a former teacher, and well educated in what I do, I spend time because I want to make sure when I tell someone or discuss an aspect of nutrition or herbology with someone, I know what I'm talking about. So when
Right.
people listen to me, they listen because I know what I'm talking about, because I spend time.
Mhm.
I have
So
more
you
books and
right.
clothes.
You have more books
That
than
speaks for
clothes.
itself. Yeah,
Yes.
that speaks for itself.
Yeah. And you have the teacher's background, like you say, so you spend time helping the other person really understand what it is you want them to get.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing
Yeah.
is, as a naturopath, like example, anybody could Google anything and come and say, I know about this, I read about that. But
Mm-hmm.
my role as a naturopath is to look at the individual. So let's say lavender, example. People
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, lavender can make you sleep, right? That is
Mm-hmm.
true. But there are people that lavender will keep them awake and not make them sleep.
Oh,
So
really?
if I am working, yes. So if I'm working with you as a naturopath,
Mm-hmm.
my whole concept is not same, because not the one size fit all. I look at you as an individual, your
Mm-hmm.
situation, your wellness journey, your medical history, and from that perspective, I work with you.
So you're using a client-centered approach.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. It's not like one size fits all, and that's important.
Right.
Okay, so
Because
go ahead.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, you're good. You're good
I
because
was saying that, so someone could have a stomach issue, right? Someone could have
mm-hmm.
a stomach issue.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger might help them, but
Right.
ginger might not help the other person. The person might have a digestive problem and
Mm-hmm.
hydrochloric acid deficiency in their stomach, or deficiency in enzyme. So then that's why I said I work with people based on what is happening.
Right. Well, how do you find out if, like, so you just said somebody might have more hydrochloric acid in their stomach? How do you find out these things? Like, are there tests that naturopathic practitioners use to help them determine those things?
Okay. Well, there are different things. One, okay, you could do a blood test, right? So as a
Okay.
naturopath, you do a blood test, the doctor sends for a blood test, and I can look at the results. I am able to do
Mm-hmm.
that and see if you're out of range or you're above range
Mm-hmm.
or below
Mm-hmm.
range. And then remember, I do not prescribe, treat, or cure. I analyze, evaluate, educate,
Mm-hmm.
and suggest. Can I repeat that again?
Yes. Analyze.
Evaluate,
Okay.
educate,
Evaluate,
and suggest.
educate,
Right.
and suggest.
Right. So
Okay.
right. So blood test is one, urine
Mm-hmm.
analysis is one. Also, I have lots of questionnaires. Example, let me show you one.
Okay.
This is a body system questionnaire. All the systems in the body, there are questions relating to it, and then we can
Mm-hmm.
find out which system in your body is under function or have issues, and then we know the herbs or nutrients to give you as a person.
Oh, wow. That's
Also, I
amazing.
have a program. Yeah. Also, I have a program where you answer is different groups of questions, right? You answer the
Mm-hmm.
questions, yes or no, check mark.
Mm-hmm.
Then you give me the total. I put it into my system, and I can
Mm-hmm.
find out which organ is under functioning in your body, or which nutrient you are moderately deficient or severely deficient.
And then you can
And
suggest.
also, yes. Also, I could listen to you for half an hour, tell me what is going on. And from
Mm-hmm.
that, I have protocols that could help you from a nutritional perspective.
So when you say that, are you saying like you can do like an assessment? So you are there questions that you're asking? You would be asking
Yes,
me of the person, and then based
yes.
on that, you form a working diagnosis, so to speak.
Um, I, I, I evaluate, educate you about what is happening, and then I suggest to you a protocol that can be used.
Okay, so
You
you don't
see, you
diagnose.
are licensed, so you can, right, you can diagnose, but but I analyze, evaluate, educate, and suggest.
They must have drilled that into your brain. They must have drilled that in school. Yeah, these four
Well,
words.
I'm in the U.S. If I was in Dominica, my tongue would be loose. But in the U.S., so boom, you got to follow the standard.
That's right. That's right. So as you mentioned, Dominica, did you have any interest? Did you have any interest in like teas and herbs and stuff like that when you were growing up in Dominica?
Oh, sure, vervein,
Mm.
basilic, simicotwa, mamizu. Oh, we have so many good things in Dominica. If only we knew what we have or had or
Mm.
using. Do you know something? Did you ever eat food with the young dashing leaf or the young
Yes.
tanya leaf?
Mm-hmm.
We call it chedashin, right? Good.
Yes.
This is rich in chlorophyll. You know what chlorophyll does to your body? Chlorophyll cleans your blood and chlorophyll raises your pH.
Oh wow. So all of us who they're fighting to
Did you not?
alkalinize our bodies, we can do it with cheddar sheen.
Oh, please, come on, man. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us more about that process. About like why is it, I hear a lot of talk about your body's too acidic, it needs to be more alkaline. People
Okay.
suggest
No,
many things.
we have
Tell
to
us
be
about
careful. Yeah, we have to be careful. We have to be careful with that, right?
it. Okay.
My stomach has to be acidic. You know why? Because
Why?
proteins only digest in an acidic environment.
Mm-hmm.
My saliva pH is different. Our blood pH is different. So not
Mm-hmm.
everything in the body has a high pH. So we have to be very
Okay.
careful about that. Because, example, let's say that you feel bloated after eating
Mm-hmm.
proteins, meat, steak, and this kind of things there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say, well, I get heartburn or acid reflux.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would take something to neutralize the acid. That is
Okay.
dangerous because when you do that, it means that your protein is not going to be digested. Because okay, let me explain that to you. Your body, your stomach produces hydrochloric acid, right? Now,
Right.
don't drink hydrochloric acid. That's dangerous. But the walls of our stomach secretes that. There's a substance called pepsinogen in our stomach. The hydrochloric acid activates the pepsinogen to pepsin, which is a protease enzyme to digest your protein. So if you neutralize the acid in your stomach, your protein will not digest properly.
So what would that do? What would be the impact of that on your body if you didn't, digest the protein? How would that hurt you?
Well, you want muscle mass? You need protein. Every cell in your body needs protein. And not only that, see, the teacher thing is right there. Okay?
Yes. So, you have your board.
So look there, protein deficiency. When there's protein deficiency because you're not digesting properly, you have increased secretions in the mouth, nose, and eyes. You heard that?
Yes. Increased secretions.
Also, you have water in mouth, nose, and eyes when there's poor protein digestion.
Okay.
You have water gain. Water gain.
So like your body keeps fluid? Like your body keeps fluid?
You have cold. Right. You have cold hands and feet. Cold hands and feet. Right? You have muscle cramps at night. Menstrual cramps. Bleeding gums. And your client or patient will not tolerate exercise. So when I'm working with people, remember my background is nutrition. So when I'm working with people, I look at macronutrients, not just ingesting it, but digesting for absorption and assimilation.
So explain to us the macro versus the micronutrients. Explain to us what are macronutrients and micronutrients.
Okay. Macro itself means big amount. So we need carbohydrates, which is starches and sugar and fiber. For energy, carbohydrates is only for energy, nothing else. And if we take too much carbs, then we get a little bigger. You follow what I'm saying? But carbs is for energy. Then we have proteins, right? And then we have fats or lipids. These are macronutrients. We need them in big amounts.
Okay.
Then micronutrients have micro, which is the body need them in smaller amounts, are vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
So the vitamins we're talking about is vitamin A, D, E, and K, which are fat soluble.
Okay.
And then vitamin B's and C's that are water soluble. So if you are taking vitamin D, which is fat soluble, you have to take it with a fatty food, like a fish oil or something. Otherwise, the body won't use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember that. Vitamin A, go ahead.
So
vitamin A,
D
are fat soluble.
So if you're saying if you're taking it, like, you've been let's say your doctor prescribes vitamin D, or you decide you want to up your vitamin D because your blood work says my vitamin D is low. When you're taking it, you're suggesting to take it with some fat.
Fat. Yes, because it's fat soluble. You get what I do now? That's why I said what I do is clinical.
Okay.
And,
so
if you're taking B's and C's, take it in water because it's water soluble.
Y'all, that's a big deal.
So that's why I say I educate my client. I don't just sell things to them. I find out what they need and explain to them how the body uses it.
That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. Look,
because some people are taking. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Some people are taking supplements and it's a waste.
So they're
Some
wasting
people are
their time. A
taking
lot of people
supplements
are
and so
taking
weak.
supplements.
Yeah.
Guys, did you hear that? Some of
Also
us
the
were taking
quality.
supplements and we're wasting it. Also, the
Also, some
quality.
supplements go in. Some supplements go in and they pass out because of how they were manufactured. The body cannot use them.
Okay, so what does that mean in a practical sense?
It means that you have to buy supplements that are quality supplements that the body can use.
But how do we know? Like, how would we know? Like, you would know
That's
because you
why
have
there's
that
naturopaths
video.
like me.
So, and you have this
When people have,
experience.
you see, when people have emotional problem, they come to you.
Yes,
Nutritional problem or how to use the supplements, they go to a nat. They just need to have a naturopath. That's what we
yes.
study.
Oh, wow. Okay, guys, so did you hear that? You might be
Yeah.
buying supplements like me. I've bought so many supplements in my
Mhm.
little lifetime, and probably half of them did what they were supposed to do. Yeah. If I didn't buy
Some
a
of them
right.
can have, some of them can have, some can affect you too because they don't. You see, with supplements, right? The
Mm-hmm.
plant that is used. Go back again to my background. The plant that is used. Under what condition was it grown? The climatic condition, the weather condition, the soil. Does it have the real substance? Did the farmers harvested the plants on at the right time? So the chemicals that is needed is in the plant. So when it goes to the supplement company where they manufacturing the supplements, that stuff have to be there. Also, the supplement, was it tested for foreign material, for pathogens? You get that?
Pathogens like
So it's not
what are some examples of pathogens? And tell us,
salmonella,
describe them.
listeria, stuff.
So describe
Well,
what is
when
a
we talk about
pathogen?
pathogen, pathogen is a bacteria or virus that can get you sick, like E.
Mm-hmm.
coli, staph, salmonella, listeria, and those things there. Not only
Mm-hmm.
that, sometimes bird could poop on the leaf, on the stem, or whatever they use, and they just send it to the factory, didn't clean it, didn't do those things. So there are companies that test the raw material carefully before using it, whereas there are companies that don't have the equipment to do that. Right.
And maybe some companies that won't invest the money in the equipment, even though
It
they
takes
know.
money. It takes good money to do that. So that's why when you go to your doctor, they ask you what supplements are you taking, because
Oh,
supplements can kill and supplements can cure.
yeah.
Especially someone is on medication, you can have interaction with food, and also while we're on that, if anybody on your platform now is taking high blood pressure medication, they have
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that they do not drink orange juice at least 4 or 3 hours after, because not orange but grapefruit, because
Mm-hmm.
grapefruit will interact with most medication. So all that I look at too, if you're on meds, then herbs that you cannot use at a certain time or should not use that can interact with your meds, all that I
So,
look at too as a naturopath.
so even if somebody would say, well, grapefruit is a healthy food, grapefruit is
Mhm.
healthy,
That's
it's
covered.
going to help me. Yeah.
It has vitamin C. That is true. But
Mm-hmm.
based on your health condition, or medication you take in, you should not drink grapefruit juice.
Wow.
So we look at that too. How foods can interact with your meds too. How herbs can interact with your meds.
Can you help people understand the term interact?
Okay, so what's the best way I can? All right. So if I take my meds, let's say I take high blood pressure medication, all right? It goes
Mm-hmm.
into my bloodstream. And then
Mm-hmm.
I take grapefruit juice. That
Mm-hmm.
also absorb, gets into my bloodstream. So if the two meet, then chemistry wise they affect each other, and then it affects you as a person. You feel bad. You don't feel well.
Right.
So instead of your meds helping your wellness, then that other food you took that interact with the meds will affect your wellness. Am I
So you
talking
might
too
be
much?
missing the surface. No, 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 you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. This stuff is just super interesting and super powerful information because, like, we could be destroying ourselves and we don't even know. We think we're doing the right thing.
Yes, because sometimes you would hear, oh, there's a particular herb on the market and it's curing this and curing that. Please settle down, people. Calm down. Mm-mm. If it was a miracle herb doing all kinds of stuff, everybody would go for it. You follow what I'm
For
saying?
sure. For
But
sure.
but as a naturopath, I look at the cause, not the symptom. I look at the
Mm.
cause.
The root.
What what is causing you to have heartburn?
Mm.
What is causing you after you eat drink milk, you feel bad? What is causing you when you eat beans, you pass an odor that is so powerful,
It'll kill a rat.
it will kill a rat. So we look at the cause then. So you are eating beans, right? And you passing
Mhm.
that perfume stuff. Okay, it means that the fiber issue, it means that there is fermentation in your colon.
Oh.
It means that there's a digestive issue. So
As in,
that's when our enzyme supplementation come in. So that's why I base a lot on digestion, because doc, listen to this. If our digestive system is not functioning well,
mhm.
every other system in the body will feel the effect.
Wow.
And I'm going to show you a cascade. What could what do I don't think I brought it with me, but I could show you if there
Yeah.
is poor digestion,
Mm-hmm.
then there's an elimination problem.
Right.
So constipation is a big thing. So I
Yes.
specialize in poop too. I know they can use that word on your
You
program.
sure can. You sure can. It is what it
Yeah,
is over
yeah.
here. Mhm.
I specialize in poop to what causes people of constipation and
Mhm.
how they can be helped. Because a lot
Wow.
of people, and not only that, if someone need to poop at least once a day.
Yes.
If anybody pooping once a week or twice a week, you know what is happening, doc?
What?
The poop is being reabsorbed in the bloodstream, and so toxins.
Oh no.
Yes. So in
Ooh.
our Dominican term, we say unipu kaka,
We
ale kaka.
même si on est pour aller à Haziel, aller caca.
Right.
Papa
To go
bon Dieu.
do it. Because some people
Ooh.
hold it.
Yes,
No,
yes.
let loose it and let it go.
Release it. You are loosed.
And poop the right poop. Because based on the poop you poop, we can know what is happening your health wise, your wellness wise.
So, like sometimes, what do they call it? Like a healthy, or like sometimes it's not a healthy poop, right?
Right?
It's not a satisfactory elimination.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
according to the texture, we can figure out what is going on.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
we are drifting here, there, and everywhere.
Let's take this question for you. Mentioned heartburn a minute ago. Cheryl
Mhm.
asked, so what do you do for heartburn?
Okay, so as a naturopath,
What is the problem? Tell us how that starts first, right? So what might be the cause, and then what might be
okay,
a
so
suggestion?
so there are two schools of thought, right? One school of thought says there's excess acid. The
Mm,
other school of thought says there's not enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and that is the cause.
okay.
I tend to believe this one instead of the first one,
Like there's
because the
not
point
enough?
is, yes, because if you're saying there's too much and you neutralize it, there's a protein problem going down the road. Poor protein
Mhm.
digestion, because
Right,
hydrochloric
right, right.
acid must be there
To
for
break
that
down the
protease
protein.
enzyme to digest the protein.
Okay.
So what do we do as a naturopath? What I would do is educate the person, ask the person, okay, wait, um, tell me something about your diet, what you
Mm-hmm.
eat, protein wise, or when you
Mm-hmm.
eat. Okay. Then when do you feel that way? Okay. Now, as I said, I will not give them something to neutralize the acid,
Mm-hmm.
because if you do that, you have a problem. So what I
Right.
will do is give them something that will calm the esophagus, so the call it whatever you call it, right? An herbal
Mm-hmm.
formula, but
Mm-hmm.
also give them something to enhance the digestion of protein.
So like
That will
two,
help.
coming at it from
Right.
two.
This is the cause. We're looking at the cause.
Right.
The heartburn is the symptom. The acid reflux is the symptom, whatever you call it. That's the symptom.
Okay.
We have to look at the
Okay.
cause. What is causing that? And then
Right.
we address the cause. Make suggestion or provide the stuff to help the cause.
Mm. Mm. That's
And
powerful.
who have a lot of heartburn, encounter heartburn,
Mm.
older people. Once you pass your 50s into your 60s,
Why?
you're not producing enough hydrochloric acid in the first place.
Okay.
So that's why people feel bloated. People my age, probably your age. I don't know if you're in my club as yet. once we pass 50 into 60, we
Uh-huh.
feel bloated easily because our protein not digesting is our stomach was not producing enough hydrochloric acid. So
And
what I
are there ways to
yes,
naturally do that? Like,
yes.
okay.
So what I would give the client is something called betaine hydrochloride, not hydrochloric acid because that'll destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
Betaine hydrochloride, and
Mm-hmm.
all. So either give it to them as a supplement, or
Mm-hmm.
give it to them in a supplement that has protease enzyme to digest the protein, 2 in 1.
For both.
Right.
But then, like you're saying, it's really important to talk to a professional because they can help you figure out, well, should we do the 2 in 1 or the one, right? Based on the history that they're coming to you with,
Yeah.
versus
Well,
people just trying to do things on their own and taking
right.
chances.
And
Mhm,
hurting themselves too.
mhm, mhm,
So people that taking that thing, I cannot mention the name. When they
mm.
have acid reflux, they take something
Right.
to lower
To
the
cut.
pH. They're affecting, and especially women need protein.
Mm.
So they're
Why?
affecting the health. Huh?
Why do we need protein? Why do women need protein?
Okay. Men have more problem with digestion of fats. Women have more problem with the digestion of proteins.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
very interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow. So we have to be more. So are you suggesting then that we all need a naturopath, or we all need a nutritionist, or we all need, because
Well,
that's a lot of
there are
information.
some people that eat very clean and they don't really
Mhm,
need a naturopath. There are
mhm,
some people that eat clean and still need a naturopath because the thing is that, okay, example, I don't know for Dominica now, but then with all the heavy rainfall in Dominica, the nutrient
mhm,
in the soil is being washed away. But
mm.
we who are living in the land where we are, the food is not what it is. You could go to
Right,
a supermarket, and buy a green head of lettuce,
right.
buy a nice head of Roman lettuce, and that is nutrient deficient because in
Mhm,
those big farms, there's
mhm.
not much crop rotation, resting of the soil to
Okay,
rejuvenate itself.
okay.
And so we get some nice looking food, but have
Mhm,
no nutrients in it. So that's where talking to a naturopath, then you get to know, okay, what you eating. Like in my case, having that food safety, food quality background, that helped me a
mhm.
lot, help my clients to understand the nature of food. Also, we haven't even touched pesticide, fungicide, weedicide, all those crazy things that is in our food source that are behaving like xenoestrogen. One other time we will talk up to, we could have a
Okay.
session for women on
Oh,
hormones.
for
I'm going to
women,
go into that tonight.
that's a big deal,
Right.
isn't it?
But
Can you touch on that a little bit?
all
Because
those,
that's a huge deal.
yes, yes. So most of the food, can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Because you froze a little.
Okay, I
Okay.
can hear you well.
Most of the food, yeah, we are on this side where you know where we are. I don't want to call
Right,
name, but you know where we live. Right.
right.
Most of most of the plant food that we eat have pesticides, a lot of
Hmm.
GMO food,
Hmm.
fungicide,
Yeah,
weedicide, those things, and also the fish. Most people buy farmers
right.
fish where they put growth. Yes, most of the fish in America is farmers fish, shrimp, even shrimp too, where they put growth hormone in the food and antibiotics. When we eat those food and it gets into the body, we call them xenoestrogen. What they do, they suppress your real estrogen and mimic your estrogen in men, because testosterone makes a man a man. Estrogen makes
Right.
a woman a woman. You follow what I'm saying? But
Right.
those foods suppress your real estrogen and your testosterone and behave as estrogen. We call them xenoestrogen. And that's what is affecting a lot of people, a
So
lot of
wait,
women,
so
a lot of men.
in real life, what might that look like for men?
Oh, good question. We didn't want to go down that road because a lot of people don't. A lot of men, you see them have big boobs, and
Yes.
they're not drinking alcohol. They're
Yeah.
not eating things to be obese. Sometimes, if you remember, testosterone makes me a man,
That's right.
and
That's right.
so
That's right.
if that is going down, then it means that I don't really function like a
Right.
man.
Right. Right.
We don't want to go
Right.
into the psychological, emotional aspect of it. That's a different
Right.
talk altogether. So that's
Right.
why people have to cleanse their body.
So okay, so you're talking about colon cleanses or like how we used
Okay.
to do back, or like every year. I remember first at home as a kid,
Mhm.
every year my mom would have us on a program, essentially, where we had to do a
In,
washout, she called it.
in Dominica, you would say the foot or some senna.
That's, and you had to take it.
Right, right. Or they give us some warm medicine and some long thing fly out.
Come on.
Okay, so all right. So let me be polished now, right? Okay, let me
Yeah.
be polished now.
You don't have to be
You
policy,
know?
you have to talk how you want to talk.
Okay, so let me be polished now. Okay,
Yeah.
so can I tell your audience something that they could do, an ABCD system quickly? We have
Yes.
time for that?
We have
Okay.
time for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
write it down.
when we start school, right, we learn our ABC, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So here's the ABCD system. Anybody listening, ABC system to help your wellness as an individual. So
Okay.
A means activate. A is for activate.
Mm-hmm.
So that is along your line. So we
Mm-hmm.
get the vital energy of the body to move to stimulate healing.
Okay.
And we support healing with a positive mental attitude, a happy, loving, relaxed, emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? Because there's excess stress, there's unresolved history of trauma in lots
Mm-hmm.
of us,
Mm-hmm.
there are negative mental attitudes,
Mm-hmm.
there's self-limiting beliefs,
Yes.
and so there's the inability to heal,
Yes.
inability to make constructive changes in life. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we have to activate by cultivating a PMA, positive mental attitude. We
Yes.
have to have a strong belief and we have to manage stress. First, if we don't do that and we try to eat, our body is still being affected. B, B means to build. We supply the body with food and nutrients it needs for energy and healing. You know why?
Why?
Most of the foods we eat are processed foods.
So they're not giving us what we need, what the body
Right.
needs. Yeah.
We have our food basically have a high consumption of white sugar, corn syrup, and sugar is in almost every manufactured food you eat have sugar. And they are
Yeah.
different. There are over 50 names for sugar.
Oh, really?
So that's why you have to read the label. We have to read labels when you go to the supermarket because they hide sugar in all different forms. Why we have to make sure we build? Because too much vegetable oil, too much margarine, too much deep fried food, too much unhealthy fats, lack of fresh fruits and vegetables. A lot of fruits and vegetables, I know in Dominica we could get it fresh, but where
Mm-hmm.
we are, a lot of fruits and vegetables, follow me well, they are dead, dead like Fred.
By the time we get them, they're dead.
Yes, because what happened is they have been washed in a certain liquid. I cannot call the name. They have been sprayed, and the enzyme in the food is being killed because enzyme ripen foods. So if you kill the enzymes, follow me well, you extend the shelf life.
Yeah. More money.
Right. So you can buy an avocado that was harvested in August and you're buying it in the supermarket right now. I am not telling you what I don't do. I inspect those things so I know. Like I cannot give more
Right.
information.
Right.
Never
Oh.
buy shiny tomatoes. It was washed in a certain oil. Yes, to
So it
prolong
can
the
look
shelf
pretty.
life.
To prolong the shelf life and to look pretty. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
So that's why if you buy your tomato in Dominica and you grow it, it tastes
Yeah.
different. Also
Mm.
also the chicken. If you
Yes.
grow
Yes.
them on
Yes.
antibiotics, the
Yeah.
egg can be hatched today, and in 1 week, only a fowl. You have a big chicken. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but is that how? But I'm telling you quickly. So let's continue. So all
Wow.
the so all those things in the food they're giving us digestive problems. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why when we have digestive problems or the systems in the body, the respiratory system,
Yes.
the glandular system, the skeletal system, the circulatory system, all those systems have issues because of our food. So be careful of processed food. Make
Mm.
sure there are macronutrients in our food and
Right.
micronutrients in our food. And we got to take supplements to
Yeah.
build. So A is for what?
Activate.
B is for what?
Build.
C now is cleanse. So we take
Mm.
herbs and supplements that help to remove harmful substance from the body,
Yeah.
toxins and waste material.
Yeah.
So we talk about GMO foods, the
Right.
pesticides, toxic chemicals in our home. Doc, a lot of people have a certain thing that they plug in and make this their house scent, and they breathe in that. It is
Yeah.
toxic. It smells good, but it is toxic. So if now some of us use essential oil, right? We diffuse
Mhm.
essential oil. We
Right.
have to be careful where we buy the essential oil because
Mm.
a lot of essential oil on the market have 5 to 7% of the essential oil.
So it's so alas.
Just the smell we get in and we inhaling the toxic stuff in it.
Oh, so still we have to know what brands.
Yes. So cleansing. We need to cleanse the
Yeah.
bowel. We need to
Yeah.
cleanse the bowel.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanse the liver and gallbladder.
Yeah.
Cleanse the kidneys and bladder.
Yeah.
Cleanse the lymph. Most people don't know about that. Cleanse the lymph.
Like the lymph nodes. Yeah.
And some people need candida cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Especially women, they have yeast infection. Candida
Yeah.
cleanse.
Yeah.
Some people need parasite cleanse. A lot of
Mm.
people need parasite cleanse and they don't know.
Mm.
The last one is D. And D means direct aid. So if there is an organ in the body or
Mm-hmm.
system in the body that have certain issues,
Mm-hmm.
example, a lot of people have GI issues,
Yeah.
gastrointestinal issues. So what we do as naturopath is give you a protocol, direct aid to help that. So that's why if you come to me and you tell me, okay, I heard about chamomile, I heard about this, I heard about that, I ask you, let's talk. What is the main issue?
Mm-hmm.
Or you went
Right.
to your medical practitioner, or you
Mm-hmm.
went to Dr. Triphi, and
Mm-hmm.
you were talking about psychological, emotional, hypnopathy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then okay, so we say, okay, what kind of essential oil can we use? What kind of herbs can we use? What kind of this can we use to help the
Mm.
nervous system?
Yes. Yeah.
ABCD. That's the basics to use.
Wow.
Next time
That's
I'll give
about
you
okay.
next time I'll give you the 5 hour system, another system to help your wellness.
Okay. So
If
this
we
one is
is it
activate,
ABC? Mhm.
and that's about managing our stress, right?
Yes.
Because even if we're trying to eat and we're feeling stressed out, we might not digest the food well, right? We
Right.
might not even eat
Not
when we're
only
supposed
that,
to eat.
not only that,
Yeah,
but a lot of people overeat because of stress
exactly.
and
Yeah,
depression,
exactly.
and eat
Some
the
people
wrong
overeat
and
and undereat the wrong
also eat
foods,
the wrong food.
emotionally eat. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. We eat just to comfort ourselves. Yeah. Yeah.
So there are two kinds of eating, Doc. Two kinds of
Tell
eating.
me. Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. You sure you want to hear that?
No, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
More kegi, what
Yes,
is
sir.
it?
I want to hear it, sir. Yes, sir.
You have what we call recreational eating.
Mm. Hmm.
We eat for comfort. We eat
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
We eat
Just to
pizza
hear
at
the
12.
crunch. Crunch,
We
crack,
eat,
crack,
pizza, we eat,
crack,
we
crack.
eat, pi- we eat pizza at 12 in the night.
Yeah.
And we say it's cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza. Who says cheese? It's not real cheese. You have to go to a place where they're using real cheese to make the pizza. Most of the cheese is synthetic, fake cheese, manufactured cheese, not real cheese.
Papa mate. Mm.
Or we eat a bowl of ice cream every night, a big bowl of ice cream every night. Recreational
Mhm.
eating. That
Mhm.
affects our body. So we
Mhm.
have to have a balance.
Yeah.
There are times you go for your little ice cream to chill out yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take
Right.
your little cup. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
the next eating is using food as medicine.
Right.
Eating to be well.
Mhm. Mm.
So that's why we have to understand our body. If I'm not
Yeah.
feeling well, okay, there's something that we miss, right, Doc? And you would
Well,
like that. You would like that.
um,
A lot of illnesses and health and wellness problem stem from certain things. Mental and emotional stress.
mhm.
That's one.
Mhm.
Nutritional deficiencies. Deficiency.
Yes.
Phys-
Deficiency, what
phys-
he's saying. Okay.
right.
Yes.
Physical trauma. Physical trauma.
Right.
And the last one is toxic overload. Root
Mm.
causes: mental and emotional stress,
Mhm.
nutritional deficiencies,
Yes.
physical trauma, and toxic overload. Most of our health wellness problems stem from those causes there.
Give me an example. Give us an example of like physical trauma that would impact.
Okay, so let's
Uh,
say I fell, right?
mhm. Mhm.
Broke a bone, had a
Mhm.
fracture. That's a physical
Mm.
trauma.
Right.
And so, or I hurt my back when I was younger, and now I'm
Mhm.
older, I feeling the effects of it, physical
Right,
trauma.
right, right. Right, right, right.
So when there is physical trauma, what do I do? Do I only resort? No. Follow me well. Medication has its place. You
Right,
follow me?
right. Mhm.
But people need to understand there are alternatives.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Now, some people have to be on their medication because of chronic illness or whatever. But
Mhm.
while you're on the meds, there are natural stuff you should take because you know why? Medication can deplete nutrients from your body. I'm going to repeat myself. Medication has its place.
Mhm.
Quote me right. But it
Yes.
can deplete nutrients from your body. So
Mm.
that's why you need to know, find out from someone what my meds can do. The good
Mhm.
thing and the bad thing.
Mhm.
So let me go back now. So
Yeah.
physical trauma, mental and emotional stress, that's a big problem.
Very big.
Very big, especially after COVID, it's a big
Mhm.
problem.
Very big.
And that's when natural health comes in.
Mm.
Therapy, like I mean, I know you are medical natural to me. You follow what I'm saying, what you're doing for
Mhm.
stress
Mhm.
management, and
Mhm.
so on.
Mhm.
Toxic overload is a big thing in the world now because
Yeah.
our food is international.
Yeah.
We went to the supermarket, Michigan, and my wife likes shrimp, but I told
Mhm.
her buy wild caught shrimp. When we look at the
Right.
bag, right,
Right. Right.
it came from India, farm raised.
Mm.
You like salmon?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know there's wild caught salmon, but the salmon was given toxic food?
To make it orange?
Let me explain. So they have gigantic nets in the sea.
Yes.
There's farming in the sea,
Yes.
and they call it wild caught. But the food they give the salmon is toxic.
So they
So
can
when
they're marketing it one way, but it's not
Right.
100%
So you
that.
have to look at the label and see if it is aqua, farming, or whatever.
Ah,
Even if you see wild caught.
yes. What? So kind
Yes.
of like what they do with like they'll say natural, and you might think it's organically grown.
Right. Some
Okay.
organic stuff have wrong things. Not only that, but a lot of organic stuff to prolong the shelf life, they do the same thing too. And yes,
You
there
can
are a
try
lot.
put you man. You can try put you Oji.
No, you talking. I can't say that here. You license, you can say that.
Oh, oh my.
Our food is killing us. Our food is making us sick.
Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Mm. You know, there's so much we can talk about. And I do hope you can come back and talk about do something especially for women because I just wrote on here menopause. And
Oh, I love to talk about that.
let's talk about it a little
Let-
bit.
Let's leave that for next time. That is a
Okay,
big thing.
it's a big topic, right? It's a
Oh,
big
I'll
topic.
give you a short story. One day at my wellness shop slash office, a lady came in. So she looked around. She said, "I'm a monster on my job." And I looked at her. I said, "Mano?" She said, "Yes." So that's why I said, let's take that the next time. We will go into that the next time. Because
Well, as you mentioned, the lady, can you think of a success story you've experienced with a patient, with a client,
client, please.
that stuck with you?
Right. I have lots of good stories, but
Mm.
there's a gentleman who is a retired therapist, what do you call him?
Therapist? Uh-huh.
Right, good. He
A
retired.
therapist? Uh-huh.
Um, he doesn't look like our complexion. Different, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
yes.
he knows he's very educated about his health.
Mm-hmm.
But since I came to Charlotte, he's in the area. Someone referred him to me, and he's been coming every month to get his supplement and so on. He used to
Mm-hmm.
buy his supplement other places. And then
Mm.
he said to me, since I'm getting the supplement from you, it's
Yes.
different. And what I told him
Mm.
is that I look for quality stuff. When I give a client something, I want it to work for them.
Yeah.
I don't want them to ingest it and then it goes out eliminated to waste money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he, as he said to me, he's about 71.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he goes to his doctor, he tell him what he's using. I say, tell him what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting for you to use. And he feels better. I have other clients, same thing too. Because
Mm-hmm.
the reason is, I don't want to give you something just because you tell me to give it to you.
Right.
I ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you, what caused you to think you want that? Did you take a blood test? You take a urine analysis? Uh,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so
Do you have some data that
yeah,
we can work from?
yeah.
Okay. Well, how do we get access? How do people, all the people listening and who will listen, how can they get access to you?
Um, Monday to Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You can call or text me so we can
Mm-hmm.
set an appointment to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays from 8 to 1 to 2.
Okay.
But
Okay.
because
And where do they go?
I have clients in different states, but you got to call so we can say, okay,
Yeah.
at that time we set an appointment. If it's half an hour, 1 hour, so we can
Mm-hmm.
talk. I can send certain questionnaire to you depending on what you want, so we
Right.
can. Or if just you know about a particular supplement and you're
Mm-hmm.
not sure if the brand that you take in is a good thing, I also
Mm-hmm.
evaluate that. And if you want me to supply it to you, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how can we reach you? How can we get to you?
616
616
822
822
0659.
0659. And your
Or they
website?
can or go to the website fitstaff.com and they can send an email to me.
And how do you
Oh,
spell Fit?
someone, huh?
How do you spell Fitz Tav?
FITZTAV. Yeah, I
dot
ship
com.
stuff to anybody in the US. Anyway, yeah, no problem. That's easy. I have clients that I ship stuff to. Somebody just said that they eat wild caught salmon. So that's
Right,
good.
right,
Just
right.
make sure it was not in the Atlantic or wherever that they have the gigantic neck and they raise it up because they give them food with growth hormone and antibiotic. Nana Burns said I eat only wild caught salmon, but I thought I was safe. No, Nana, make sure you look at the package well. Aqua whatsoever farming. That's not wild caught, even if it come from the Pacific or the Atlantic.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know,
So,
can I tell the audience one thing? Check the
yes.
label. Check the label. Check the
Mhm.
first ingredient, the second
Mhm.
ingredient, the third ingredient. If the first, second, and third ingredient is sugar, the
It's
food
not
is
good.
sugar. I don't care
Mhm.
how nice the package is.
Mhm.
That's marketing.
Yeah.
Aloe. Who says it's aloe? That 5 to 7% aloe. It's not aloe. See where aloe is in the
Right.
ingredient list. See if it is number one or number two.
Even though aloe is the big picture on the front.
Aloe, c'est pas aloe.
So Linda is asking, so what should the info on that salmon packet say to
Okay.
indicate that it's
You
safe?
just have to say wild caught.
That's it. The end.
That's it. If it say wild caught aqua farming is not good.
It's
Only
got to say
wild caught,
natural.
that's it. But you got to look
Wow.
at the package.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And those of us in DA that like imported chicken, oh please reconsider. Grow your chicken. I prefer to eat a chicken running in your yard than to
Yeah.
eat that chicken.
Why is
The
that
egg,
better? Why
huh?
is it better? Why is it
Because
better?
remember, the imported chicken, the food have growth hormone and loaded antibiotics. So look
Yeah.
at this. If the food have growth hormone and antibiotics, the growth hormone is affecting you. You know
Yeah.
how we know that? Do you know 10 and 12-year-old girls making children now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
growth hormone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because in
Wow.
puberty to be earlier,
Right. Right. Right.
that's a different thing. That's a different thing
And
altogether.
as you mentioned the chicken, I mean, I clearly remember my mom. Like we would grow chickens in the yard, and sometimes on a Sunday, like they might, they handle a chicken, and she get a hot water, put the bird in there, pluck it, and you know,
Check the
we got what
taste. Check the
very
taste
different.
of the
It's very
chicken.
different.
Check the taste of the eggs.
Yeah,
Different
it's
egg
very.
altogether.
Oh my goodness. Bushman Sakafet. I have invited Bushman to come on as well. Bushman is our herbalist. Look, y'all, we serious about this year. We're taking care of our bodies because we understand if that temple is not right, forget about, your mental health is going to suffer. Your spiritual health is going to suffer, you know?
Definitely.
Yes. And Bushman put the website on there for you guys. It's fitztav.com. Bushman, thank you very much. Both of you gentlemen, thank you all very much for saying yes. Because we grew up in Dominica eating well. We grew up eating well because that's all we had.
We ate rich man food in Dominica. It wasn't poor food we ate.
So,
But we were
for
led to believe.
just a game was played on us.
Mango, guava, soursop.
Grapefruit, orange, can eat.
Our immune system was strong.
Yeah, coconuts. They came and they
Yeah.
told us coconut oil was not good for
Oh,
us.
that's the best oil. Let's don't go down that road now. That's a long story by itself.
Yeah, you know, and the food had our parents living to 100, 124 years old. Yeah, yeah. So guys, the professional is here. The professional is here when it comes to the food.
I'm
Okay,
still learning. I'm still learning.
we're all still learning, but you all have put in the time, to because it takes a lot of look at that. It takes a lot of dedication, and you kind of have to feel that kind of fire in you
You
for
gotta
you to
be
be working
passionate.
full time. Yeah, you're working full time, you say, as a food safety person, But alongside that, you're doing all this training, all this training, all this training, all this training, you know? And we really appreciate your expertise here. I'm
I
not
would, I
taking it
would,
lightly.
I would really like one day to go to Dominica and just have some sessions, man, and show people that, look here, you eating rich man food and you don't do that, you don't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. All right. So here are a few thoughts. I want you to think out loud and fast. What's been your biggest pain on this journey? What's the thing that you felt the biggest pain about on your journey to becoming a naturopathic healer?
It's seeing people suffer unnecessarily because they are
Mm.
so conditioned to only taking medication.
Oh wow.
And I
Mm.
can't blame them. It's the advertisement and all those stuff. Yeah.
Education. Yeah. And then sometimes when you bring the information to them, they might be resistant to it. They're afraid, they're
Yeah.
anxious, they don't want to take the risk. Yeah. Mm. How about this, your biggest joy on this path?
My biggest joy is when a client comes to me and say, look here, I'm feeling better.
Like
Not
that
the dollar sign, but
71-year-old.
I am feeling better. I feel,
Yeah.
life, it's worth living. I'm 60, I'm going to be 61 this year, and I got to contribute to humanity.
Yeah.
I'm going to 61 this
Look
year.
at your face. Guys, does he look 61? I think it's in the genes. Okay, so I got to tell you a little tidbit before I go to the next one. Hey, a little tidbit. So, what you all don't know about me and Mr. Tavernier is my mother's, my mother's mother, I think,
Your
right?
great grandmother.
My great grandmother is your great grandmother too.
Great grandmother is your sister or something like that?
So my mother's mother is your mother's sister. That's what
Sister,
it
right.
is. That's what it is.
Yes.
So we have a common ancestor on our mother's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, on our mother's side. So yeah, I just had to put that in there. We talk about rooting and family. So next question. Based on your journey, what do you never want to experience again?
Um, Going back to eating foods that I shouldn't have eaten
Mm,
because of the
mm,
knowledge that I've acquired about the
yeah.
food industry.
Once you know better, you got to do better, eh?
Yeah.
Hmm. And what do you want as you move forward? What do you want? Based on this
Uh,
journey, what do you want as you move forward?
well, now I have a goal now to reach more people,
Mm. To reach how many
especially
people? One more person, or
lots of people.
what does
Because,
lots mean? Five?
because the reason I said is because I've spent a lot of years, over 25 years,
Hmm.
investing my time into that. I used to
Hmm.
go to a place called Jasper, Indiana for class, 6.5 hours away from where I live. And I would be driving
Wow.
by myself for 6.5 hours.
That's dedication, That's when that fire hits you, like you said, like that bulb, that light bulb goes off, and you're like, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I got to do it.
I
Yeah.
understand my purpose. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in holistic health.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we are spirit living in a body with a soul. If we
That's right.
don't take care of our body, our spirit is affected. We don't take care of our soul, our spirit is affected. So
Yeah.
we're not whole. I
Yeah.
believe in holistic health.
Yeah. And when we're not whole, we feel pain. We hurt.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
And a lot of
Next.
people are hurting um, because we blame them, but they don't know better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people suffer unnecessarily.
Yeah. So what's been your biggest lesson?
A biggest lesson?
Mhm.
That's a difficult question to answer.
For a teacher. A difficult question for a teacher to answer.
Yeah.
What's been your
I'm learning how to live and learning how to pass on information humbly to people.
Mhm.
Because the point is, I'll tell you one thing, no matter how we turn or twist, in our cosmetics, they'll hold us. Stuff in
Mm.
our hair, stuff on our skin. I mean, we haven't even touched that as yet.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter how we turn,
Yeah.
there's something to destroy us.
Yeah. Mm.
So
Mm.
even if I take care of myself, I might
Yeah.
not even know that I ate something that I think was good and it was
Right.
toxic.
Right. Mm.
So I just have a positive mental attitude and ask
Mm-hmm.
the Almighty to guide me every day, give me wisdom to do what I'm doing. Because on
Mm-hmm.
our own, we can't do things. We still depend on the Almighty to give us
That's right.
wisdom to help people.
Body, mind, spirit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
that's
let's
me.
go ahead. And that's Mr. Tavernier, y'all, for session one. Here, this is Bushman, our herbalist. Indigenous Bushman is saying, I would not mind collaborating with this gentleman. Have you all haven't met yet, have you?
No.
Bushman, type in the chat where from what part are you? Are you from St. Joe area? I've never met Bushman, but I've followed his work on
Okay. I need to follow him too.
yeah, follows his work on Facebook.
He's from DA?
He's from DA.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
He's from DA. So I want to bring it back to DA and again, like, do you see, you mentioned hoping that you could go home and do classes and teach
Yeah.
our people again, because it almost feels like in life, like we go through these periods where we ascend and then we fall down in consciousness, in knowledge, in understanding, because our elders used to tell us, do this, do that, do it
Yeah.
like this, do it like that. And it's almost like, well, a generation comes along and they're like, no, we're bucking the system, we don't want to do it like that anymore, we want to try the new things. But then you realize, ouch, ouch, what Granny said. So we got to come back. Okay, so
Well, probably Granny didn't know the chemistry, you know what I'm saying, the biology behind stuff, but somewhere
mhm.
historically they found out something that was working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, what do you see? Like, really, tell me a little bit more about what you hope to be able to do. You said in Dominica, like you wish, even if it's a wish, even if even if today all it is, it's a wish.
Well, I like to be on a program on the air or do a seminar or something like that nature. So
Yeah, to teach,
yeah,
bring it full circle, to use
yeah.
all these years of teaching in Paybush, in Savant Pie, in Clifton, in St.
Mary
Mark,
God.
Marigot, yeah, and
Oh,
to
Clifton. I
Clifton.
really have to thank Mr. Clifford Wallace for allowing me to go to Teachers College. That has helped me. Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow,
also on your program, I did taught with Pants, that is Osborne Wallace,
that's
and
right.
also taught with Linton. May their soul
Okay.
rest in peace. Yeah. I
Indeed,
taught with him at Clifton. Yeah.
indeed, indeed. Nato says good vibes, and Bushman says yes, he's from St. Joseph. Andy.
And there's
Andy's
Andrew.
my auntie
Yes,
Veronique.
Andy's Andy should be my cousin. Not He's not
He
the
is your,
Rosamond brother.
yeah, he is your cousin.
Yeah,
The same tree,
yeah.
that tree, that tree,
Same
that
tree,
jelly
man.
tree, that jelly tree. Yes, that Parilon side, the Parilon tree.
Yeah.
Rosalind says, thank you. So proud of you all. The salmon we get in Dominica she says it's different from the pink flesh salmon we get in the USA. Is it different? The one we get in
Oh,
Dominica.
sure. The salmon that they catch in the sea.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
that is wild caught salmon.
mhm, mhm.
That's the
Yeah,
real thing.
yeah, yeah. Mm. Mr. Tavernier, thank you
And
very much. Go ahead. Kai,
Kai is loaded with calcium. Kai, vola, balau. Those fish that we don't like. Lots of calcium.
all those little bones. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. All the little bones. We're afraid they'll hook in our throats. Kai, kuliu. Yeah, vola,
yeah.
balau. Yes. Well, Peto has definitely taken a lot of notes, and she says, thank you so much for such a
Welcome.
well delivered program. And it's been informative, and they're proud of your accomplishments. I want you to bring us home with another accomplishment, like wrap us up. Let me tell you, when I advertised that you were coming, I started saying his poem, his poetry, his poem, his poetry. You are a poet as well. So, look,
I'll
tell
do
us a
one
little
for
bit
you.
about that, and please do one for us.
Okay,
Please
so
do
I'll do
one.
it now.
Yes.
It's entitled I Can Make It. When friends say you are unable, when enemies say you are incapable, when conditions make it look impossible, remember to tell yourself, I can make it. When the mountains stand in your way, when disappointments destroy your day, when you feel like you are dismayed, remember to tell yourself, I can make
I
it.
can make it.
When you have tried and you have failed, when it seems that you are not the head but the tail, and your mind says it's time to wail, remember to tell yourself, I can make it. When you don't want to put more effort, when others don't give you any support, when you're on the verge of getting bankrupt, remember to tell yourself, I can make it. When you feel that there's no way out, when the devil tells you that it's time to doubt, remember to tell yourself, I can make
I
it.
can make it. Thank you so much. Yay! Thank you very, very, very much. Y'all, thank y'all for showing up. Thank you for all your thoughts, your questions. Next week, I'm getting ready to highlight Indigenous Bushman. He's going to be on, and then we're going to do a follow up with Fitz because some of the ladies in particular have asked me to do something on menopause.
We can do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yes, and I think that's very apropos. I need to be calling you. Right? And I mean, this is the life we live. This is the life we live. And I think we have a responsibility to be more intentional, be more purposeful, be more serious about how we're creating it. Like you say, they're going to get us one way or the other, but at least, we got to try.
Yeah. Do what we can do, yeah.
We got to do what we can do. So, final thoughts. Fitz, final thoughts. What are some final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Um, Believe in yourself. Apart from believing in the Almighty, believe in yourself. Have a positive mental attitude. When you get
Mhm.
up in the morning, in spite of what is happening, reassure yourself that you can fulfill your purpose in life and your destiny.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a pleasant Sunday evening. All right? Nous allons parler en l'autre fois. Au
Yeah.
revoir.
God bless. Yeah, bye.
Yes, sir.